Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining in on the Throwback Zone Show, where we will be bridging the gap between then and now. I'm one of your hosts, Robin L.
What's up? It's your girl, Brandy.
Hello with the jello. Hello.
And last but not least, you have Hurricane Bryce.
Yes, yes. And we're going to go ahead and jump right into our first segment, which is In the News Now. Now, guys, we've all learned a new word that we have not been familiar with. Well, some of us have, but some of us have not. And the word is entanglement. So in case you have been living under a rock and have not been following social media, you know, August Alsina, Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith have all been caught up in a little entanglement. And, you know, we've all been watching publicly as it unfolds. How do you guys feel about this entire situation?
Well, first of all, I just want to say August broke the G code, okay? Why is you saying something now, all these years later? Now I understand he wants to heal and all, but I'm like, you don't say no name. Honestly, I don't know why everybody tripping, but at the same time, I do understand because, you know, the people that they are. At the same time, I feel like it's a good thing because we look up to them, and I feel like they're healing. Like, it's so many people that I know personally that need to be at the table. I probably needed to be there at one point in time in my life. You know what I'm saying? So they were separated. Technically, you know, from a biblical standpoint, it's not right. But at the end of the day, I'm sure Will did him. Is it such a big deal because of it's a woman and because of who it was with? You know what I'm saying? They both were in bad spaces, broken spaces. When stuff like that happened, it's never the right time. It's never the right person. If he was able to forgive her, that's his wife, and he knew it was worth it, and they still together doing their thing, holding on, then more power to them. Heal, people, heal. Let's grow old together and keep living this fabulous life, even though it ain't perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I feel like, well, I do feel like he did break the G code because he didn't have to go on an interview and talk about it and release names and things of that nature. However, I do have to commend Will and Jada for being so transparent, because when you're that level of a celebrity, you have to be really brave to sit on a Facebook interview and basically tell the whole world your sexual business, you know, and then to admit to the world that basically I was married and I essentially had sex and started dating with one of my child's friends, you know.
Right.
They had to have known there was going to be a lot of blowback. So I definitely tip my hat to them for just being that transparent and just being that brave. And I feel like it caused a conversation because there's a lot of people that are in relationships like that are a little bit open. So I think that they have brought some normalcy to those types of situations. So that was the bright side of it for me.
Yeah. But I feel like he definitely broke the G code, okay? Some things need to be kept between yourself. You don't have to say everything. Everything ain't everybody's business. And it was a little convenient that he was dropping a new project at the same time. So I just feel like
clickbait.
Sometimes you need to keep things to yourself and keep it moving. But it is what it is. We all know now. Everybody has said their piece, and it is what it is.
But let me ask you guys this, though, devil's advocate moment. So do you feel like he was actually using that as publicity for his project, or do you feel like that was actually an active part of him trying to heal from the situation and move forward, to feel like he had to talk about it? Because sometimes being transparent and talking about things help you move forward and kind of release it and let it go.
Yeah, I say it was a little bit of both. So it was convenient that he has a project coming out, but he did go through what he went through. So I say a little bit of both. You know, he was like, okay, I'm gonna get this out. I need to release it, but I'm also releasing this project. So, you know, it's
he
gonna
ain't
go
have to say
hand
no
in hand.
names though. He ain't have to say no names.
True.
You can tell stories and heal without telling people names. I do it all the time. Okay, it was this one guy I used to hear back in 2008. You know, he didn't have to say no names. He knew what he was doing. But I understand he's broken or whatever. Apparently, I'm sure she's mad, but I respect them, and I feel like they some real OGs, because at the end of the day, they didn't have to say anything. We would have, you know, people would have still been saying something whether they said something or not. Mm-hmm. The simple fact that they felt it was their responsibility, I respect them still.
I think she really just put it on him, and he was just kind of. He just wanted to let the world know that I bagged Jada. I really think that was
okay?
part. I think that was part of it too, because Jada
Yeah.
she's a very attractive woman.
She's
very
Jada.
charismatic, and I think he wanted that notch on his belt to let everybody
Right.
know that I got me a piece
Yep.
of Pinkett Smith, and
And he
Will
probably fell
and
in
Will knew
love with
about
her.
it.
He probably fell in love with her.
Mhm.
But
Oh,
it's
he
like
did.
he didn't say
Definitely
something
fell in
now.
love.
Right.
He definitely fell in love.
He did. He did.
Yeah.
Jada whipped it on him, and he fell. He was all sprung and caught up and everything. So yeah,
She
he
put
was
that
like,
cougar
"I'm
on.
hurt." You know.
Now let me ask you guys this though. I do have an interesting question that me and my friends were talking about. If this situation was reversed, and Will had started kicking it with one of Willow's friends, do y'all think that? Like, I feel like people would be crucifying Will Smith right now. Like,
They
dragging
would.
him through the
No,
mud.
I don't think at the same level, but Willow definitely would. She's very outspoken. So.
I think they would make a big deal of it, especially him being an older man, with the R.
Right.
Kelly type situation thing.
Oh,
They would
yeah.
be like, that's your daughter's age.
Right.
So I think it is a kind of a double standard, because I think they would have gone harder on Will than they did on Jada. They're both getting clowned, but I think they would have said, I don't know, that's inappropriate.
I don't know. I think they would have, maybe because of now, after the R. Kelly situation, but pre that, I think something would have been said, but I don't think, because it's been done. We see it all the time.
That's true.
Listen, you can't even take your daughter to the doctor these days without people going crazy. T.I. took his daughter to the doctor and wanted to make sure that she's still keeping her virginity, which I don't think anything is wrong with that, because a father is supposed to know what's going on with their child. Okay.
Right.
So,
and he said before she was 18,
Will,
they took something he said and misconstrued it. So
yes, absolutely. So Will, if the shoe was on the other foot, Will would be getting hung right now. Okay. Yes,
now. I
yes.
think now.
Well,
Absolutely.
y'all are passionate
Absolutely.
about that.
Well, we're gonna let them work that out, because that's a mess. So we're gonna let them work out the entanglements and untanglements.
Oh, Will and Jada.
I still love them. I still love them. They trill, and I respect it.
I love that.
Bad marriage for life. That's the fist bump they gave each other. So they good. They good. The
But you know what?
Coming. They still who they are. So they gonna be
For
fine.
them to work through it, I don't feel like it's bad. I feel like it's bad when you ain't working through it and y'all hate each other and want to kill each other every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They all right. They okay.
They have that understanding.
Your great grandparent. They done been through some issues. They just ain't had no social media back in the day.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's not uncommon for married people to get into a few entanglements,
right?
So they not the exception. They humans just like everybody else. So let them figure that out. Let them untangle the entanglements, and they'll be fine.
I wish somebody tangle me in some child.
Oh, look at her! Look at her. So moving on. Okay. On a sadder note, guys, I know you guys heard about actress Naya Rivera. Her body was found 5 days after being reported missing in the lake where she and her son went swimming. And, it's just a very sad situation. We were holding our hope and, praying that they would find her alive. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. So I was introduced to her early on in her career as her character Gwendolyn on Family Matters. So that's how long I've been following her career, since the 90s. So it was very, very sad and unfortunate that a young lady, 33 years old, lost her life and leaves behind a 4-year-old son.
And I never knew she was on Family Matters. That's interesting to know.
I can't believe you don't remember her. She was the next door neighbor. She had a thing for Richie. Richie basically was treating her how Laura used to treat Steve.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Like she was trying her hardest to like mac him, and he was not having it.
Yeah, she was so spunky and sassy and cute, and she was like, ew, no, you're doing too much.
I think she was too mature for him. He wasn't about that life yet.
Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely remember her from Glee. Like, I love that show when it first started. It was amazing. I used to try to catch it whenever I would be home, and she was just so beautiful, so talented. So it's just really sad, and I really want to just send prayers to her son and her family. It's really sad, for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely sad.
I
I was completely heartbroken when I started reading the reports. and her son's accounts of the events was basically she got him onto the boat and disappeared on the water. So, you know, a mother's love.
You just never know how that played out. You know what I'm saying? They could have been swimming, or they could, you know, it could have been motion. They could have felt anything, but she saved her son, so that was a good thing. But it's like a bittersweet moment, you know, because she put him before her, but it's like, whew,
yeah, a mother's love. You know, that's what they were saying, that she used the last little bit of strength that she had to save her son, and she was unable to save herself. So, you know, don't underestimate a mother's love and strength when it comes to her child. You know, unfortunately, she didn't make it, but her son is here. So, you know, we're definitely grateful for that part.
Yeah, make sure you rest in peace. Yep.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think about the schools trying to reopen during this pandemic? I mean, we're still in a pandemic, guys. Like, they're trying to send our kids to school. What do you guys think about that?
Crazy. It's crazy. I mean, you can't, there's no way to socially distance kids. They are not going to follow any rules on a good day. They're definitely not going to keep a mask on. Adults don't want to keep a mask on. So it's a horrible idea to try to send kids to school in a pandemic.
It would be easier to herd mice or cats into a cage than getting kids to social distance and keep a mask on.
Exactly.
And not touch each other and stuff. It's just not
right.
possible, and it's not.
They will not hear you.
To the teachers.
And they will forget. Exactly. And I feel like that parents need to stick together, all of us, period. Because if you don't send them to school, they can't open. Do it virtually. Do whatever you got to do. That you should put their health, their lives, and their safety first. Because that's crazy. Like, that's the easiest way to bring it into their homes. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
A lot of these kids, maybe because their immune systems are good and build up, you know, they might be all right. But then again, I've been seeing on my timeline, you know, a kid that passed from COVID. So you just never know. You know what I'm saying? It's not a good idea at all. And I feel like some of the parents, they may still send their kids to school, maybe because they're tired, or maybe some of them still work and they feel like they don't have any other options. But we have to come up with something, because I'm sorry, life over everything.
Safety first.
And
safety
the other
first.
side of that, teachers are already so underpaid. And I think for you to then add this on top of that, it's just not right. It's not.
Yeah.
It's just not.
Yeah, their job is going to be 10 times harder if they have to imply. And then there's no lunch. They have to eat in the classroom. There's no PE. They won't be going on any field trips, or like they're going to be in the classroom the whole entire day. No switching classes. So, you know, that's definitely going to be crazy.
And they're not prepared for that. They're not prepared for that.
Not at all. That's a recipe for disaster.
Absolutely. I feel like if, and it's a big if, okay, to me, if the numbers are what they're saying, what they're reporting, then I think it's ridiculous. I mean, it's crazy to tell a baby to, go to school and social distance, little 5-year-old. Yeah, right. Like, you can't do that. That's insane. So I don't think it's right. And like I said, if the numbers are what they're saying.
You can't get adults to social distance.
Right.
So the fact that they're letting convicts, felons out of prison because the virus is allegedly so serious, but you're making kids go to school during the same pandemic. none of it makes sense to me. None of it at all.
None.
So, you know.
And see, with the jail situation, I think like people that have like low charges are the ones that they're releasing.
But still, I mean, you know, it just doesn't connect. That 2 + 2 doesn't equal 4.
Right. Like, okay, we're going to let them out because of this, but then we're going to endanger kids.
I mean, we can't have concerts. We can't have large sporting events, but we can send the kids to school. Okay, yeah. That makes a lot.
It's their leadership. That's why we got to stick together and make sure it changes.
Y'all have got me in a somber mood, and now I need to talk about a drink.
Yes, come on, drink. So I am excited about this drink because it was my turn to pick it. And we have been doing a lot of cool cocktails, but this week we are featuring a wine, okay? And it was my choice. It's called Chocolate Shop. I hope you guys can see that. It tastes literally like chocolate strawberries. I had Robin in mind because she likes wine. So I wanted to pick something that I think she would love, or I thought that she would love. And cheers, guys! I hope you love my chocolate shop idea.
Let's see what it
my
do.
solo
Let's see
cup,
what it
no
do.
judgment.
You know what?
I love
You being real ratchet right now, Hurricane
You can't go wrong
with
with
that
some
solo
chocolate.
cup. You being real ratchet.
That's all right.
The drink tastes the same. It tastes.
We're a little bougetto over here at the Throwback Zone, but we'll give you a pass. We'll give. That's all you had at the moment. We ain't above it. We're not above solo cup.
But we gotta get on. Yeah, this wine and chocolate. We love us some chocolate. I know me. I'm a chocolate
like this,
lover,
Brady. Make me feel like I got a man or something, like it's Valentine's Day, and I done got me some chocolate and some strawberries.
Get your
Yes, girl. It's Valentine's Day every day when you have this chocolate shop wine. You can get it at your local liquor store, a nicer one, maybe a little bougie liquor store. That's where they carry it. But cheers, guys, to the Throwback Zone.
Woo. Y'all gonna have me scrolling through my Rolodex with this wine.
Don't get in no entanglements now. Don't get caught up in no entanglements.
Look, it's COVID right now. I'm gonna have to do that virtual. Let me see. We're gonna see.
Lord have mercy.
Hey, whatever you gotta do, girl. Whatever you got.
Oh my goodness, guys. Oh my goodness. So we had a chance to sit down and interview a legend, Ralph Tresvant. Oh my goodness. Guys, that interview was so amazing. And Bryson couldn't be there. We missed you. But we're definitely gonna get into it. We're gonna jump into it so you guys can check it out. It was amazing.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, bro. How you doing?
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So thank you for joining us here on the Throwback Zone. I am Robin L., one of the hosts.
Hi, Robin.
I'm Brandy, but you know that already.
How you doing, Brandy?
Hello with the Jello. Hello, Ralph.
There you go, DeJello. How you doing, love?
Oh my God. So we are so excited to have you. I am super excited to have you here with us on the Throwback Zone. It's so crazy because I've been knowing you since I was a baby. I was actually on the All for Love tour with my auntie Sherelle and my dad and Rick, Ren, and Dan. And now, now Shamari and Ron are married and Shamari's my sister group member. So it's just like crazy.
It's straight family.
Full circle.
That's right. We family.
That's right. Absolutely. I was so blessed to be able to see you guys get your star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yep. That's
and be at the premiere for the movie, which was incredible.
Thank you. Came out good, right?
It came out great.
They did us some justice on that one.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
So I know Kello has a couple questions for you. What's up, Kello?
Come on with it, Kello.
Okay, so I want to talk your new single, which I love, by the way, All Mine. I just wanted to know, like the sound is completely different from anything that you've ever done before. So I just want to know, like, what made you go that route? Like, I love it, and I love your old stuff, but I'm just saying it's something totally different from you, like so unexpected.
I think it's the times now, This is where music is. So to try to do too much from back then,
right?
And wouldn't give it a chance to have that new pop to it or that new movement that I probably, I want to have. And then at the same time, I didn't want to go too far new where it sounded like I'm chasing, trying to be young and keep up with the, the youngsters. So I just felt like a good little bridge with the song. So overall, and the way that the song came about, that's who the writers are. The writers are writing a lot of the newer stuff that's been winning for Charlie Wilson. New addition to the song called All Mine, called This One's For Me and You, not that long ago, that kind of had that little merge to it that worked. So I got with the same guys. The song was actually sent to Johnny for his album, Johnny Gill.
Right.
And he played it for me.
And he's featured on the song.
Exactly. So it sounded like something, he said it sounded like something you would do. He was talking to me about that. So I said, all right, let me hear it. He sent it to me. I liked it. Cut the vocals. He put himself on it. And it felt like a good merger. We just came out of a song together called Perfect.
Okay.
And the song Perfect did really well for us. So it's like, let's keep that going while it's while we got everybody's ear and attention on that sound, let's keep it going. So that's why All Mine was dropped.
So he thought the track would be good for you, and since y'all had that chemistry with Perfect, you felt like, hey, why don't you jump on this too?
Yeah, it kind of had parts on it for him. It just felt good. So now you featured me on your single, Perfect.
Right.
So now let's do the reverse and feature you on mine. And just a good introduction coming out the gate. I thought it was a good way to come out the gate, keep that thing that was happening. It was working for us, so just keep that going, introduce it while we finish up the rest of the album.
Right. Well, I definitely think it had the perfect balance because, like you said, it's kind of touching new school, but then it still didn't lose that R&B feel because I like to feel when I hear music. So I feel like it was a perfect balance. And then you got the two lead vocalists on there. What more can you ask for?
Go Kello, that's what I'm talking about.
Right. And speaking of Johnny, you guys are brothers, been working together for a long time. How is it working with Johnny in the studio? Is it some type of brother rivalry? How is that working with Johnny?
Not at all. It's like piggybacking. You know what I mean? It's like I hear him do something and I feel the extraordinary performance that he just put on it. And I just want to come in there and match that performance as close as I can a lot of the times. And we've been doing that since we first collaborated on Can You Stand the Rains, Boys to Men's records that we've been doing with New Edition. So it's the same kind of thing. Just playing off of, I'm an admirer of his vocals.
So you guys kind of feed off each other's energy, and you both are perfectionists. So I'm sure you're in the studio pushing each other to go for it.
Exactly. And a lot of them, this particular record, we're at his house cutting this song. So
nice.
He's in the room cooking breakfast or whatever it was he was working on during that time while I'm in the studio trying to get it in. He'll come in, put his ear in and say, see, I knew that sounded like my brother. He'll leave out. Then I didn't even see him when he was performing his parts. I had left, and a few days later, he sent the song to me, and he was on there. But there's times when we've been in the studio and kind of just playing off of what each other's doing and knowing that, okay, my performance, I got to be ready for this one because he's in there getting it.
Right.
But you knew y'all both was going to handle it. You know how y'all get down. You knew you both was going to handle it.
I'm going to do what I do. Johnny's a vocal beast. So I know it's a whole nother type of singing. For me, it's like trying to compare Michael and Luther Vandross. It's not the same vibe, but both of them can make you feel good when they do that. Right. So that's
two separate lanes, both equally talented, but two separate lanes like apples and oranges. I mean, you guys both kill it in your own right.
Absolutely, Robin. Well, I'm glad you liked the song. I really am.
Love it. We love it.
Thank you.
Yes, so I'm just like, wow, just to be able to see you guys still doing your thing, and it's such a blessing. I mean, being a fan all of my life, so happy to be able to see the progression of what's happening now with you and your new music. It's just incredible. So can't wait to hear more. Do you have anything else coming up soon other than the music?
Really just got a radio show. I'm getting ready to start relaunching. I've been doing it for probably about the last 3 or 4 years now, called Inside the Ride. I'm kind of put it to the back burner for a minute while I finish this. We just finished doing a video for All Mine. I have kids that are doing things. I'm trying to help them launch the things they're doing. My youngest son is into stockbroking and real estate, stuff like that. Got my namesake. He's actually up in Vegas working on his own project as an artist. So he's following dad's footsteps. Then my daughter sings, Nicole, my oldest. My other daughter, Mariah, she's just a bookworm. She's just, graduating college, she's trying to become different things that has to do from veterinarians, and she's just in that whole world. Just
ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yes, they are all doing it.
But just supporting them, making sure that that's my thing, making sure that they have all the support they need, and I can lend whatever it is that I can add to the table to make it easier for them to get where they're trying to go. So that's pretty much primarily what I'm doing as I finish this album up and finish doing what I'm doing. It's been a minute since I put out some music, so I'm really, putting my foot on the gas to make sure that people are taking it serious. It's not something I'm just doing or some bypass stuff. I'm really surfacing and get ready to come with it. So that's what I'm doing right now.
That's amazing. So we know that this whole pandemic has been going on, right? So what have you been doing other than recording? Like, how have you been spending your time? I know with your family, like what's the quarantine looking like for you?
Oh my goodness, just stuck in the house. I've been burnt out. I done watched everything on Netflix, everything on Prime, Amazon. I done bought everything that you don't need on the Prime.
Right.
We can relate.
We all have.
Got packages coming every 5 minutes. Got a new George Foreman grill. I've been breaking that in lately, trying to cook stuff.
Hey.
Yes.
Trying to get my Chef Boyardee on, or the Chef Boyardee on. So at the end of the day, that's what I've been doing. Just doing the same thing everybody else, just trying to, occupy my time as best as possible. Just get some new workout equipment, eating right, just spending time just being ready. So I stay ready so I don't have to get ready when it's time. So pretty much what I'm doing right now.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So your new album, when can we expect it?
Probably in the fall, if everything goes well. I'm trying to peak it at the end of the top of All Mine while it's at its peak, and I can take it steady enough. Just come with it right behind that. Hopefully it works out like that. But I'm in the studio with some of the greats that I've worked with, from Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Got some stuff from Babyface and his camp. Tim Kelly from Tim and Bob. Ninth Wonder's actually working on the remix, getting ready to do a remix for All Mine.
So we know that's gonna be fire.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We're trying to make sure it's right. Trying to do some collabos. Got people reaching out to Weeknd and Drake and people like that. So I could just make, I just want to do a project that don't seem like it comes around that often. So at this point, I'm going into 30 years since my anniversary of my first one. So I just want to make sure this one's something special when I drop it. So hopefully, like I said, sometime in the fall.
That's good that you open to working with like different generation of artists, because you have a lot of people who admire you. So that's a good thing.
And it's very important to me. It's very important to bridge that gap. You know what I mean? I want people to feel my music now, and I can certainly appreciate what those guys have still been able to do with the music, especially the R&B music. Some of those cats, and incorporating that in my project can't do nothing but help me. Because they got a lot of eyes on them now. And we need to have those eyes on me too, and show them some of the influence that some of that music that they're doing, where it comes from.
Absolutely.
Bridge it together, see how it works.
Yeah, because you have fans of all ages, different generations, being that your career spans over 30 years. How does that feel that you have fans as young as teenagers, fans that are in their 40s? How does that feel for you?
It's surreal. You got teenage fans. Like, how do you perform for them? You go out there, I'm trying to be sexy with it. You got these youngsters in the audience. It's be hard. But it feels good just knowing that that's how I came into it. By the time I got into the Jacksons, they were already older and they were my mother's groups when she was my age, when I first got turned on to them as a little young boy. And I understand what these artists or what these kids could be feeling for me as an artist coming up later on. So I acknowledge them. I understand that they're there, and that's why I continue to put out the type of music I put out. Put out family music, good feel-good music that you can play at barbecues and cookouts. And just the environments is environmental, so it's not stuck at just the strip club with my music or stuck at. You know what I mean? It's like I want to be diverse like that, so that I know people's ears are really on my music, and I'm conscious of that when I go in, because I appreciate all of the fan base.
Absolutely, and that's a good thing, and that's why you have such longevity in your career. Just being that way, you touch all different aspects, all different ages, so that's a blessing.
It really is a blessing. It really is.
Yes. So Kello has a surprise.
Kello got over there. What you got over there?
So speaking of you having different fans that span from different generations, we have a video from one of your biggest fans, which happens to be my mother, and she really wanted me to play this for you.
Oh, wow.
Hey, let me tell you, I was super duper excited when my daughter told me that she was going to interview Ralph Tresvant. And I was like, man, do you know? Well, she already knows. That is my favorite entertainer. And yes, I said entertainer because that's what he is. I grew up listening to Ralph. I would always be jumping inside the ride. I still communicate with Boston May. And I'm going to tell you, I met a lot of friends inside the ride. I love the music of New Edition and Ralph Tresvant. Ralph Tresvant is New Edition. And I tell you, I can't wait for Corona to get over because I am going to a concert to hear Ralph. I'm going to do a celebrity style, honey. I'm getting me a limo. I'm going to have the whole celebrity experience. I mean, I'm going to do it up. I'm going out to eat. I'm going to have on all white, a white hat that Ralph be wearing, some bling bling, all that type of stuff. So Ralph, just know that we love you here in Houston, Texas. We have big love for you in H-Town, and I cannot wait for this Corona stuff to be over. I'm your biggest fan, and I am a Taurus like you are. So you have that hustle spirit, you know, in everything that you do. You give it all you can see. You have class. You have everything, and you are just my favorite entertainer. You're an icon. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for all the music that you've given to us over the years. I love you.
Oh my God.
How sweet is that?
Wow.
Go ahead, Tina. I love you.
Mama Tina. Oh, that was so sweet.
And you are your mama's twin. You know that.
They always say that. I'm like, whatever.
They look like sisters, right?
She looks as young as ever, man. I mean, she looks like she's still in her early 30s or mid 30s.
She just made the big 5-0.
That is amazing. Congratulations and thank you for
Black don't crack.
You ain't lying. She's looking great. She looks great. Thank you for all the support, love. I really appreciate that. And yes, when this is over, you got to join in there. You gotta see me at a concert somewhere soon so I can take a picture and all that good stuff with you. We're gonna make sure we make that happen. Tina's in the building. Thank you for that.
She loves you.
Yay!
Yes. So Ralph, before you go, definitely let everyone know where they can follow you, all your social media websites and all that good stuff so that we can keep up with your journey.
Oh my God. Well, you know, on Instagram, I'm at the real Ralph Tresvant. None of that's changed. That's pretty much been, so you can find me. I'm not hard to find. Just Google my name. I'm out there right now, you know, and I've been out there. It's not hard to find. I'm on Facebook a lot. I'm on Instagram at the real Ralph Tresvant. And we're starting up the Spotify. Just type it in, man. Type in Ralph Tresvant. Type in All Mine. It's available on all the music, social media platforms and stuff. So just check for me, man. I'm going to be moving around everywhere. So it's not hard to find me.
We love you so much. We love you. We appreciate you. And we are definitely anticipating that album. Because that album, anything like that single.
Keep coming, Kello. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Robin. Thanks, Brandy. I love you guys. And anytime y'all need me, just let me know. I'm here.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And tell my family I said, hey, you know the twins' birthdays today, right?
I know. I'm having a Zoom birthday party. I'm going to be there.
You going to say, okay, I know what's up because Ron sent me the invite. I knew it was popping. I'm gonna jump in there for a little bit, in a little while.
Okay, cool. So I'll see you later.
Absolutely, baby. Y'all be good, all right?
All right.
Take care. God bless.
Hey guys, what did y'all think about the interview?
Oh my God, it was so good. First of all, I have been knowing Ralph. It's so crazy since I was like 2. It's unbelievable how like New Edition has been in my life forever. Like I was saying with him, Shamari and Ron are of course married and they have 2 beautiful boys now. And my Aunt Sherelle and my dad and his group, Rick, Ren, and Dan, they actually were on tour with them when I was a kid on the All for Love tour with New Edition back in the 80s. So I've been knowing them forever. Like, it's crazy. And I'm just so happy for him. I'm so happy that he's doing this thing again. It's been forever since we had a Ralph Tresvant album. So I'm so excited for him.
Yeah.
That single, what y'all think about that single? That single is jamming.
Yeah, I like how it's still, you know, it has a new feel, but it's still true to the R&B. So yeah, it's a nice little fusion. I love it.
Absolutely. Yeah, and oh my goodness. Did y'all see how he lit up with his #1 fan video, aka my mother?
Mama Tina.
Mama Tina.
Mama Tina.
Your mom is so cute.
She's through with that video.
She's a cutie pie.
Y'all don't tell her that. Don't tell her that. No, I can tell he really
say y'all look like sisters, okay? He say y'all look like sisters. So let Mama Tina know that Black don't crack.
Nah. But no, I can tell he really appreciated it. Like, she literally is his #1 fan. But yeah, the interview was amazing. It was a pleasure just to even interview him because he is definitely, you know, a legend in his right. Absolutely. And like he said, he still got it. He still got the juice. And we see
Still
that.
got the
40,
And I'm
right.
looking forward to the album. You know,
40
I
years
say
in
that.
the game. 40 years. That's a long time, especially in the
Long
music
time.
business.
Long
Wow.
time.
Still going. Still
Long
doing his
time.
thing.
I told him if that album anything like that single, I can't wait because it's gonna be fire.
Oh yeah.
Y'all know I love me a good R&B album. Like it's so rare these
Okay.
days to find a good one that you can just, you know how you used to just let them play. Like it's
Let
rare.
it
So when I
play.
get a hold of one, I get excited.
Ooh.
Yes. Yes. Yes, guys. So we had a great time interviewing Ralph. It was amazing. But here at the Throwback Zone, we love to play games. By now, you guys know that we love a good game. And this time we thought it would be cool to play it with each other. So Kello has this game that we're going to play tonight. And I'm ready to win, okay? I'm going to win. You ready, Kello?
Okay.
Let's see who do what it do. Black of the day. So okay, guys. So I have shuffled the deck. We're gonna see. I'm gonna give you guys each 2 questions each and see who gets both of them right.
All right.
Let's go. The first question is for Robin. And girl, I know you're gonna know this because you know you're a Soul Train fanatic. So
Oh Lord.
Which person hosted Soul Train in the 90s? Bill Bellamy, Shamar Moore, or Albie Shore?
Shamar Moore with his fine behind.
Okay. You got the first. You got the first one right.
Behind.
You know what? I'm gonna have to go to another question because that one's too easy. Let's see.
No,
No, keep it going. I'm about to give you your point, Robin. You was right. Keep going. What's her next?
Robin, what year was O.J. Simpson acquitted for murder?
Oh, I don't follow that, but I'm gonna go ahead. Oh crap!
I know the answer.
I
I'm
knew
gonna let
you
you
knew,
skip
Bryce.
that one. I'm gonna go
Hurricane.
with
I knew you knew.
92. I don't know, 92.
Nope.
No,
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
I'll let y'all know
I don't
afterwards.
know.
Let's go on over to Brandy. Let's see. What was Martin's 3rd grade teacher's name?
Oh, I
I'll give you
know
5,
this.
4, 3, 2.
I don't know.
And let's go to the next.
It's not multiple choice.
That one wasn't.
Oh,
Okay,
shut.
Brandy.
Damn.
Finish this 90s line. Won't.
There it is, baby. Hey.
That was too easy. That was
That
too easy.
She had a hard one and an easy
I got
one. Like
my
Robin. Robin had a hard one and an easy one. We're going to see
Oh
who
man,
Bryce. We depending on you.
watch I get 2 hard ones. Watch.
We depending on you, Bryce. See if you can get both of yours right.
Oh geez.
Right. Hurricane
Okay.
Bryce.
Yes.
What do you call a brother she can call when her man ain't doing her right?
What?
Ah, come on.
I know what that's called.
Repeat the question.
I'll repeat it for you. What
know
do
how
you
Brandy-
call a brother she can call when her man ain't doing her right?
I don't know the answer to that.
I'm going to help you. I'm going to sing it. A brother she can call when her man ain't doing her right. He can work it all night. I didn't help you too.
That's
much.
Bobby Brown, right?
You lost that one. Bye.
Oh,
Bye.
no. Keep going next.
Who is it? What's the answer?
I'm going to tell y'all afterwards.
Oh man.
Here go your easy one. DJ Cinderella was a part of what iconic hip-hop group?
Salt and Pepper. That's not fair.
Okay, so no, all you guys got one right and got one wrong.
Y'all got one right, one wrong.
What was the
We gotta
answer
do a
to mine?
tiebreaker.
So for yours, that was Flaccavelli, and I really helped you out.
Oh wow!
Everyone
I haven't heard
Flaccavelli.
that song in so long.
You didn't watch Midnight Room?
Okay,
And
let's do it.
that's Shamar Morris in that video.
Let's do a tiebreaker. So just throw out.
Robin, yours was 95. You don't remember 95 Bronco?
95 Bronco.
Brandy, what was your question you got wrong? Oh,
Martin's, what was her name?
Miss Trinidad. Yeah.
Miss Trinidad. Miss Trinidad.
Yeah, because Tina was about to beat the
You say you want to do a tiebreaker?
I need a tiebreaker because I'm competitive and I feel cheated.
So one question.
Now everybody got to get an easy one.
Okay, so if okay, we're gonna do it like this. We'll start with you, Robin. If you get your one right, then 2. If you get what you want wrong, on the Brandy, and so on.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. That's too easy. That's too easy.
The last time you said that, we know what happened. You trying to do me bad.
I got you, but I can't. Let's see. Okay. If a girl was conceited in the 90s, the term was she thinks she.
Oh, I know the answer.
All that? She thinks she all that? What?
Let's go to 2. Which character did comedian Tracy Morgan play on Martin?
That for me?
Robin.
Oh.
Let's go to Brandy. Do you know that question? Brandy?
No.
Which character did comedian Tracy Morgan play on Martin?
No. I don't know it.
Do you know, Bryce?
Was it it wasn't Brother Man, was it?
No.
It wasn't
close?
Brother Man.
You're close.
I don't know.
I give you 5.
I don't know the answer.
3, 2. Okay, you got one more. Erykah Badu was born underwater with what?
What? Come on now.
I was born underwater.
With $3
And
You know what? Robin won.
Hey, whose question was that for?
Yours.
Oh, I knew the answer. I didn't know it was my question. I knew that answer. Oh, y'all giving me. Y'all.
All right. Well,
Bryson.
there you go.
Robin won. I tried. Bryson, I went the extra mile for you.
Rigged like the 2016 election. Rigged.
I went the extra mile for you twice. I sung the song.
Listen, the game is over. Obviously,
yep. Robin takes the cake. And the answer was Hustle Man. I tried to help you. I said, you close.
Hustle Man.
Bryson said, Brother Man. I said, you close. I said, you close.
Hustle Man. Hustle Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a shame. I didn't know
tried.
You tried it.
I tried.
Congratulations to you, Robin L. You are the Black in the Day champ.
Cheers, Robin.
I've seen your trophy in the mail.
Whoop, that is. Okay.
So every week on the Throwback Zone, we love to get a shout out to a small business. It doesn't have to be local to the city of Atlanta. And this week, we chose to do Club Candy. And Club Candy is actually a gourmet candy store that's located in the heart of Georgia State's campus downtown in Atlanta. They sell keto-friendly candy, GMO-friendly candy, all organic, and everything is super amazing and very well priced. So check it out at www.clubcandyatl.com and also on Instagram at clubcandyatl.
Yeah, awesome. Check it out.
All right.
Y'all can have some candy, have some sweet candy time.
And listen, it's not just a small business, it's a Black-owned small business. So we definitely want to shout out our people. Like, we are loving being able to give them a platform for people to be able to follow them and showcase what wonderful products we have for our people. So
absolutely.
Yes.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the Remember When segment. So, do you remember when our boy August Alsina was a guest on 106 in Park? I believe it was Lil Bow Wow hosting and singer Keisha Shantae. And, you know, she asked him about Trey Songz. You know, him and Trey Songz had a little beef at the time and whatnot. And he wasn't feeling that question because his reply was, didn't I tell y'all not to ask me about that before I came up here? I mean, he was real rude and raw with it. I mean, how do y'all feel about that? Do you feel that they should have respected his privacy, or he could have been a little more respectable as a guest on the show?
I feel like, what, you didn't see it? You didn't see it?
Nah, I stopped watching 106 in Park when Free and AJ exited. The other folks kind of.
You know what? I think I seen that part. I remember it. I feel like it goes both ways, because if he specifically asked them, hey, don't ask me about that, then it's like you kind of got to respect it. But then at the same time, you know how the media game is. You know, some things people going to ask you about. So,
Right.
but speaking of AJ and Free, that's when 106 in Park was lit, okay? I was in 7th grade, rushing to get home. You know what I'm saying? Make sure I had that when the DVRs first came out. Make sure I have it on record, but I want to watch it live.
Yeah.
They were actually just in Atlanta last week for the Slutty Vegan location.
Really?
Opening.
Oh, wow.
They were just down here.
Love them.
Yep. And they still look the same. They still look amazing.
Oh, my goodness.
We
I
love
know
us
AJ
and
does.
Free.
Because I've seen him, like, well, of course, pre-pandemic or whatever. I've seen him at different events, and he absolutely does. I haven't seen Free, but, man, that was such a time. Like, it's nothing like it anymore.
No,
Isn't.
I love both of them. Like, we were able to be a part of course, 106 in Park Black. And AJ and Free were definitely amazing hosts. They were the best part of 106 in Park to me. And I love them both. And I know that they're both still doing their thing. Free, loved Black. She always would keep up with us. Even after the show, she's always been super supportive. And 106 in Park. Remember when, baby?
Yeah.
And you know what, guys? They set the foundation, and it definitely was a change in our culture. And you know, sometimes when we get used to things, it's weird for a change. Because when they first got Terrence and Roxy, it took me a minute to adjust. I was like, "Who are these people?" But I'm not gonna lie, I did end up loving Terrence and Roxy. Like they grew on me. They grew on me. They really
hard,
they
though,
held
to
it down.
follow up behind.
Yeah.
I had a hard
It was hard
stop.
to follow up behind AJ and Free.
It was
took
a hard
time,
stop.
but they held it down. They did. Now, when they started getting when they started having 25 hosts, that's when I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I see what y'all trying
Every
to do.
week
This
it was a different host or
This
a
is a little too
different.
hip for
They
me.
brought in a celebrity or something.
Right.
They was
But
doing
Terrence
too
and
much.
Roxy, they held it down. Of course, it wasn't the same. You know, you have the originators, but they definitely held it down. It took a while, but they held it down. So I respect all of them.
Yeah, you know, they didn't, quite measure up to AJ and Free, but yeah, they did their thing. They did their thing.
Well, Terrence was doing something right because he's like hosted everything under the
everything.
sun.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, he is.
I love
He's
him,
working.
though. I love him.
Maybe I was too hard. Maybe I was too hard on old Terrence.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
you know how people have
working.
to grow because you
He's
used to
getting
what
these
you
checks.
used to. Yeah, and then the people grow on you. Like I love him.
Yeah,
And
I don't like when people
acting
get replaced.
too.
Like when Aunt Viv on the Fresh Prince went from dark skin to light skin, I was turned off. I was like, what is this? What is all this?
You know what? We
Original Aunt Viv. I love original Aunt Viv.
Me too.
I was like,
Aunt Viv, honey.
I was like, y'all could have at least replaced her with another dark skinned actress.
Somebody that looks like her.
I was like, what is this?
You know what?
It was like night and day.
You know what? Sometimes, and this is a hard thing to like discuss, maybe they wanted them to be like a reflection of the kids. Because I remember on My Wife and Kids, do y'all remember it was a different Katie? Not Katie. What was the sister name? You remember they changed the sisters?
But the daughter, what's the one that looks like Chili? Ali. She's dark skinned, so they could have kept a dark parent.
No, but I'm saying they changed her. You remember they changed her. And she said that was wild because I guess she didn't fit in with the look of the family. So I'm like, I know other things happen behind the scene. That's probably why they replaced Unveiled, but maybe they went and got a light-skinned person because they felt like it had to match like the kids. But Carlton was brown. I don't know.
Yeah, Carlton was too.
I accepted her, I accepted her. But
I did
it ain't nothing like, it ain't nothing like, and Bill.
Okay.
Yeah, their acting styles were totally different. Too.
Yeah, that dark skin and Viv didn't play.
Yeah, totally different.
Did not play. Honey.
Y'all know who was wrong? That ain't nothing. Y'all know who was wrong? And I did not. I don't care if it was the last season. When they replaced Harriet.
Oh, yeah, that was awful.
Yeah. What was that about?
That was awful.
Like, y'all almost made it to the end, and y'all gonna replace why? Bad enough y'all just made Judy disappear. And y'all gonna replace Harriet?
Well, we didn't really need Judy now.
Judy went upstairs to her bedroom.
I don't do Judy like that.
We didn't pay attention.
In real life, she probably ended up with PTSD or something because her
But
career
she had issues.
left.
You don't remember
I think
she was
did.
on TV?
Yeah, she
did. Ended up doing porn or something.
Yeah.
She had some issues.
Yeah, she was a porn star, girl. I seen her in action. So yeah. okay.
Well,
You seen
in
that
her
action?
defense,
What you was doing, white girl?
only
What you watching?
OnlyFans stars these days are winning. So it's nothing against a little
But
porn.
winning in what aspect?
That part.
I want it from above. I want my winners to stay.
Oh, okay, girl, you better say that.
It's the Throwback Zone. It's the Throwback Zone. It's the Throwback Zone. It's the Throwback